Now, we got a perplexing trade with Detroit and Carolina. Steve, do you feel comfortable talking about this, or is this going to go in circles as well?
No, I think this one's pretty straightforward, Adam.
Okay, so what? Okay, so here's the thing. Yesterday, we see this trade come through, and everybody says, okay, that's weird. There must be something else. So the something else that we've heard today, again, could get lit up in my mentions again for saying this seems a little bit odd. But Don Waddell's guy, who usually has a plan, trading away a Calder Trophy goalie.
Nominee,
seems odd. Alex Nedeljkovic traded to Detroit. And the interesting thing about this is it was for almost nothing. Like Rasmus Ristolainen cost a lot more than this did. And what's weird is the just the optics of it, because he apparently was asking about $3.5 million a year over 2 years. Now you think, okay,
the
maybe
trade,
that's
by the way, was Bernier and a third going back to Carolina.
The rights for Bernier.
Bernier,
he's not even signed.
He's a UFA.
Yeah.
So they booted him in a hurry. And it's $3.5 million. So then he goes to Detroit, and Stevie Y gets him under contract at $3 million, which means Detroit probably came into 2.5. Yeah, sorry. $3 million each year for 2 years. So I'm assuming Detroit said, we'll pay you 2.5. And he said, I want 3.5. And they met in the middle. It was done. And then, so, a lot of people were like, hey, don't take this opportunity to shit on the Canes. They've got something else. And you think, well, it better be a good plan. Pierre LeBrun is reporting today that the plan is get Bernier under contract, get Mrazek under contract.
It's a horrendous. It's not good.
And what Waddell has said is we are in win now mode, not win later mode. So we need to get veteran goalies.
So you got Bernier, who's looked good on a garbage hunk of shit, not even trying team, literally not even trying. Mm-hmm. Borderline point shaving the Detroit Red Wings by holding back their young guys, like literally borderline point shaving. And Peter Mrazek, who was good in the 12 games he played last year because of injury. What's the plan here? First, one of them is going to have to be the starter in the playoffs. You going Bernier, who has he ever played in the playoffs? Maybe with the Kings? The Kings, like the Purple Kings. Like way back, right? Wasn't with the Leafs. We already know that. Mm-hmm. And Mrazek. Like, the rumor has been Freddie, which might be an even worse idea. To go after Freddie Anderson. Yeah, he's what you're looking for. If what you're looking for is a veteran goalie, what you should be looking for is a goalie who will stop pucks consistently. What is a third? And the rumor, like, I think Carolina's genuinely happy to get a third because the rumor was they weren't even going to qualify the guy. I just joked.
EJ from the NHL Network reported that the offer that the Carolinas gave Nedeljkovic was $1.5 million. And
Who told you that was going to work?
Waddell wasn't willing to budge there. And it's a situation where the Carolina Hurricanes, they have this weird budget where they're unwilling to pay guys over exactly what they want. And if $1.5 million isn't what you're going to accept, we're going to take a third round pick and have no goalies under contract. Like that they'd rather be in that than just pony up $1 million more.
The anti-Leafs, and they're not much farther ahead. The Leafs overpay everybody. The Hurricanes refuse to pay anybody.
That's a good way to put it.
And they're trapped at the second round, right? So at least they're winning rounds consistently, but they're trapped at the second round.
But who got them to the second round?
Who got them to the second? The team in front of the goalie.
Yeah.
Not Nedeljkovic.
Nedeljkovic, you mean?
He started, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But he's 25. He's going to get better.
Yeah, and he's at 38 career games, I think.
Okay, a 25-year-old who threw up like a 923 or whatever it was. The bet that guy will be better than Jonathan Bernier. You can't afford to pay your starting goalie $3 million. What are you attempting? That's terrible. That's really terrible.
Well, beyond that, I would say too to everybody who's like, well, Bernier proved last season he can do it, and he's been doing it for a long time. That's fair, but remember that he's playing for a team where literally zero is expected.
He has to be the hero every night.
Yes, but things change when you're playing with a team that has expectations. They do. It's great when you got nothing to lose. Show me a situation where Jonathan Bernier has won where there's been something to lose. There hasn't been one. And this is the thing, right? This is the risk that the Carolina Hurricanes incur with this. Now, again, you guys told me to back off on Dubas because the offseason isn't over yet. Should we back off on Waddell because the offseason isn't over yet?
They have no goalies under contract. It's unfair to evaluate your goalie situation when you have no goalies. But you had a goalie who had a .920 in 9 games in the playoffs, and you had him at $2 or $3 million if you're willing to just pay that, and you gave him away for a 3rd round pick. That's
Adam.
We can criticize that.
Adam, you're the business guy.
Mm-hmm.
What if you're negotiating with someone? That's a regular day. What if you're negotiating with someone who has no leverage?
Nedeljkovic?
No, the Hurricanes. If I'm Jonathan Bernier, or Peter Mrazek, or any free agent goalie, I go, here's my number, and the Hurricanes go, no. I go, yeah, who else?
You have no goalies.
Who else are you going to get? Eetu Makiniemi is their highest paid goalie under contract right now, and if you've never heard of them, me neither. $867,000 against the cap.
Absolute stud. Don't even talk about Eetu Makiniemi about like that.
Listen.
I don't know, you guys.
Who knows? Maybe he's great. I don't know.
Beck Warm.
That's a made-up name.
It's one of those NHL guys that it's just the outline of the head. You don't actually see a face.
Undrafted Beck Warm from Whistler, BC. He's gonna start a whole bunch of games this year.
And Aiden Foote, who's actually he's the first cousin, I believe, of Adam Foote.
Okay.
I also made him up. That's made up. I made that person up.
I don't know.
But you spent a moment to be like, is he telling?
He's not on the roster.
I know Cal Foote's in the league, so I just figured, maybe
there's so many Foots. It was believable. There are many Foots.
Might even be feet. We're not even sure.
No.
It's
different limb of the family. Am I right? Whoa!
Listen,
all right.
If I'm Bernier or Mrazek, who they're negotiating with, my number went up. You don't have anybody, stupid. My number went up. What are you, dumb? My number went up by at least a couple $100,000. It went up.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna get? Shut up.
Is Carolina gonna screw themselves out of a good team?
Yeah.
Like with this weird budget they got.
Hold on, we don't know, because they could say Bernier could be like, "That's my number," and they'll be like, "Nah."
Right.
You go out and sign Linus Ullmark, and they'd probably be fine, but it would be expensive.
His
a lot more expensive.
Any goaltender, speaking to the Carolina Hurricanes, should give them a higher number than they give everybody else.
Dynamic pricing.
Yep. They should.
Fair.
Remember, Svechnikov's still not even signed. He still has his RFA
offer sheet
contract.
him.
Yeah.
So. Offer sheet him.
Well, I wondered that about Seattle. Like, do you not? And I people in Vancouver got really mad at me, but like your rival an hour away can't sign Pettersson and Hughes with the $15 million they've got unless they put them on short-term deals, and even then, 7.5. It's going to be hard. So I wonder if you couldn't. I mean, they don't have their own second round, so you'd have to go super high on Pettersson. But the Kraken seem like a team like, man.
You know what?
Maybe.
Because you and I were talking about this. We all were talking about this. I got it wrong.
What'd you get wrong?
Because Seattle's got the 2nd overall pick this year. And I was like, yeah, but if they offer sheet, they're going to be giving up the 2nd overall pick. No, they're not. Because you can't offer sheet for another week.
Oh.
So they're going to pick 2nd overall. And then
they'd have
the picks will begin in 2022 if they were to offer sheet Pettersson. You got all the space in the world.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm going to tell you right now, it's not happening.
No, it won't happen, but why wouldn't you?